Autobots, transform and roll out. It is the 26th of March, 2026. Welcome. It's another beautiful day in Texas. It looks like the crazy weather has temporarily passed. So that means now we're going to get into the rain. So like any chance of winter has passed. So now it's going to be random spouts of crazy rain. It's Thursday. That means tomorrow I got a date, which means between this weekend and everything else going on, I actually picked up my comics on Comic Book Wednesday. I actually like I Comic Book Wednesday. It was a light week for me, by the way. It was a very light week. That's what she said. Just Void Rivals, Part 4 of the Quintess on War. That review is up on TikTok, and a lengthy review will be up on this channel. And then Superman Spider-Man. This review is not yet up on TikTok because I haven't finished it. I've been busy. Okay? I've been busy. But I love Superman Spider-Man. Miguel says, when did you turn woke? I miss when you preached the truth and not woke slop. Oh, is this about Alita? Is this about the Alita Prime Video? Is this like you're trying to be funny? You're trying. Keyword is trying. Really? Have you read the crossover yet? I just said. I started it. I started it. You got to bear with me. And what is excellent news, or at least excellent news as far as me and this channel is concerned, in the last 28 days, we've had an uptick of a plus 21 to subscribers, which that's pretty cool. We have 20,000 views in the last 28 days, and we have 99,000. Wait, what? 9,000. I had to do a double take just to make sure. 9,500 hours in watch time. Our top content is my short Decepticons Attack, followed by our Transformers 30, and then is Beast Machines underrated? Not bad. I'm pretty good about that. All three of those, well, no, Decepticons Attack and his Beast Machines underrated. Those are shorts, so it's nice that that's getting traffic. That's cool. I actually want to do a bigger Beast Machines video. I have a lot planned because I'm like, a fire has arisen in me in terms of Transformers. So yeah, but like I said, very light comic week. Which again, I'm not like reserving Void Rivals for only TikTok in a review. We can talk about Void Rivals in the live stream, and Superman Spider-Man. It's funny. They had every cover. Now, don't get me wrong. They had every cover. Oops. They had every cover available. This is the one that spoke to me. They had the Jim Lee cover. They were packed. They were stuffed with the Jim Lee cover. I just didn't do it for me. It didn't. I'm sorry. This did though. I love this cover. Like I love Superman's expression. Jim Lee draws Superman like he's so monotone. It's like Jim. Jim, you got to make Superman more expressive than that. I mean, come on, Jimmy. Jimothy. Can I call you Jimothy? Anyway. Afton? Oh, Afton talked about being a communist? Yeah. I mean, he knows, like, because I mean, like, communism, you know what I mean? Like, that's fine. I don't care if you're a communist, but, like, I don't know if people realize how far left I am. Like, I guess you wouldn't notice it. On average, I guess you wouldn't notice it unless, like, it's a moment like this where we're talking about it. But, like, communism is like, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, like, I say burn the whole system down, frankly. I burn the entire corporate capitalistic system down, because this isn't even the free market. The capitalism that exists in America is corporately controlled and manipulated. Like there are worse things to be than communism. Burn the whole fucking thing down is what I say. Like I want universal basic income. I want everyone over the age of 18 getting a $2,000 check a month from the government. That's what I want. That's what I want. If you're over the age of 18 and you're working, you should get UBI. You should get Universal Basic Income. You should get that's what you should get. And because of the price of everything, I want universal basic income. I want free health care for everybody. I want universal health care and universal basic income. I want all of it. I think water and electricity should be a basic human right. You shouldn't be paying for those. Water and electricity are necessities. I am. Well, I am slightly and only slightly ambidextrous. I am a primary right-hander, but I can do a lot with my left hand. Anyway. But like, see if I... What's going on? Oh, I'm getting like tons of notifications. Hold, give me a minute. Let's see. So like with... What is going on? Why am I like suddenly... I've been I haven't... Hold on. I don't know if you can hear that because it's my... It's not a text message notification. But yeah, I am primarily right-handed. But yeah, so like I said, it is a light week. I love comics. We've talked about this, but I'm like the only things that I pick up are the Energon universe books because that's what's good. You know what I mean? If you're a Marvel or DC fan, hey, I got nothing against you. I am a Marvel and DC fan, but I primarily try to go back and pick up their older stuff. Um, But if you do read modern Marvel and DC, I have nothing against you. It's just not for me. TJ, hey, how you doing, man? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the share button and share this everywhere. Okay, you don't have to share it everywhere, but like if you have like an Instagram or you're in other Discords, just kind of share it and be like, you know, this guy is really cool and sexy and he has a guitar. He has tattoos. But okay. Uh I honestly I liked it. Sorry, I posted something on my Facebook that is getting way more attention than I thought it would right before I went live. Um, if you're not friends with me on Facebook, you're not going to see it, and that's fine. But anyway, so Void Rivals introduced a Quintesson that has 3 heads instead of 5, and I'm very excited about that. And I say this in the review that I did on TikTok, and I'll bring it up again when the review comes up on YouTube. But there's so much about how these writers are approaching, Transformers and Void Rivals and GI Joe, and it looks like Mask too, but we'll see. But I it and it might be because we're in the same generation. Like me and all these writers are really close to the same. I mean, like we're close within the same generation. But like I feel like if you grew up watching Transformers, and I think this is the same for any property, you have like a kid head canon. Like you have a kid imagine, you have your kid imagination. I assume most of you do. If you don't, then you had a terrible childhood. But I did, and my imagination was encouraged. Probably why I turned out the way I did. But anyway, I when I first saw the Quintessons as a kid, I was like four. I was like 4 or 5. So this is my head canon, and it has been for over 30 years. But when I first saw the Quintessons, I was like, so wait, this one has 5 faces. But so like 5, and they're called Quintessons. So obviously 5 faces is the max. But is it like, what happens if they have fewer faces? And they did that in Void Rivals this month, which is awesome. They introduced the Tribunal, who only needs 3 faces: death, war, and domination. And I'm like, this is awesome. That 5-year-old me would have loved this. So now my kid imagination's, triggering again. And I'm like, what if what about one that just has one head? Anyway, like just death. But yeah, so that's where I am at. I'm loving Void Rivals. I'm loving the Energon universe. I really am. Like it's just good comics. It's really good comics. It's really good. The Superman Spider-Man I have loved so far. I don't see myself not liking anything in it. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's see. Discussions about art. Marvel nowadays is basically just headcanon anyway. For me, it is. I have my own canon for Marvel. Like I've written off people. It's funny because sometimes I'll be in the comic book shop, or we'll have game night, and when game night gets together, my friends come over and they see my comics, and it's a topic. It's a topic. Comics are a topic in this house, just like toys are, and my toy space is still in development, much like our video game. But anyway, so it's like there's so much in comics because I don't know what goes on in Marvel now. But I know what went on in comics when I was a kid, and then what happened before that, like the '80s and the '90s. That's the era that I grew up with. Back issue bins, all that stuff. I was in 1994. I was 5 years old, and that's really like 93, 94. Whether it was just looking at the pictures or early reading, like I was getting all that. But it really was like, so like there was modern Marvel of the '90s that I was reading, but then I was also, because the '80s weren't that far behind, that's what filled the back issue bin. So I was getting through those bins and reading everything. So my Marvel era is the '80s and '90s and the early 2000s. And then Marvel's not good though. And I don't think that's subjective. I'm sorry. Marvel is not good. Marvel's not making good comics. Marvel got Star Wars canceled. We were talking about this last night in the party chat in the Discord. Like, Marvel got Star Wars canceled. Even Dark Horse didn't do that. Even Dark Horse kept publishing Star Wars consistently throughout their ownership of the license. Marvel has really, really terrible leadership that are racist. I mean, dude, one of their editors pretended to be a Japanese man so that he could get published. That's who Marvel has been. I mean, that's who's in charge of this stuff. Nick Lowe is a known incel. Dan Slott, I'm pretty sure, is creepy. I mean, his self-insert stuff is weird. And these people are like in top roles at Marvel. I mean, I get Dan Slott's not an editor, but he's like, his friends keep hiring him back. This is messed up, man. I'm sorry, it's really messed up. So like for me, so friends will come over and they'll look at my comics and stuff and they'll be like, "Oh, is this happening now?" And in my mind, I'm always just kind of go back and I'm like, "Oh, that," and I'm like, "Oh no, that's my headcanon. That's my headcanon. Like that is canon, but it's me filling in the blanks of decades of like I'm just like I don't know what's happening in Marvel. I've filled in blanks from when I was a teenager to now, and I'm like, but that didn't really happen. That's me, and I'll catch myself. There's one. I'm not going to go into it right now because I mean, like we could have an in-depth conversation on Marvel. I'm not going to do that here. Um, but there was one specific instance that sticks out to me because it made me feel good, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's not a comic. And they were like, what? I said, that's not a comic. That's my I made that up as a kid. I made that up as a kid. Like that's something that's how I filled in. And they were like, well, it should be a comic. And I was like, thank you. That feels really good because as somebody, I love writing. I've loved writing since I was a kid, since I was scribbling. Like I was, since I mean, I was 5 years old making picture books. Legitimately, I really was. I don't know. My sister or my mom might still have some of them. I'm not entirely sure. Tornado may have took them out, but I don't know. They could be somewhere, and I would happily show them. But like I was making picture books. I was wanting to tell stories since I was a kid. You know, even when I couldn't like spell every word correctly, I was making comics because I loved it. I loved that industry so much. Um, but it's an industry that's hard to get into when you know are primarily a writer. You know, you got to come with a book fully formed, and it's very hard to find an artist who is willing to put in the work for a 4 issue miniseries and then submit it and potentially not make any money back. As a writer, I wouldn't be getting paid unless the book got picked up. As the artist, I wouldn't be able to pay them, so it's like it's kind of that impasse. I can do some concept art and I can draw standard characters, but when it gets to expressive sequential artwork, and because I can see the panels in my head, but I can't capture that. I can't. I can draw a character and be like, this is what this character looks like. I mean, I can do that, and then I can give it off and say, okay, put this character. This is the situation. Here's the characters. Here's the script. Create cinematography. It's like a director working with a cinematographer. The cinematographer, handles that portion. I guess is a way to say it. Okay. Uh, let's see. Miguel is talking about the just one head. Isn't that just the headmasters in G1? No, 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 it's not. Headmasters are tiny robots that transform into heads for bodies. That is completely different. I'm talking about a Quintesson with the egg, shell, everything, but just has one giant head on it. I think that would be awesome. Why is there no MCU Daredevil Fortnite skin? Marvel doesn't want to put it out there. That's Marvel and Disney are weird about Daredevil. They treat him like he's nothing. I know basically fuck all about them. Lola has a special item in Fortnite. It appears to be a pair of boots called bunny hops. No, that's awesome. So more WB Looney Tunes. Now I want to know that fan story of yours, Greg. Maybe one day. I've got so many fan stories just because I can't help it. I was a fan of this stuff and I like to write. I have an AO3 account, and if fanfiction.net is still a thing, and if my account is still a thing, I mean, I even have stuff up on fanfiction.net. And it's not every story I've ever written, but like and that's not even getting into the fan websites. I have stuff on the Force.net Jedi Council. One of my stories even won an award. One of my Star Wars fan fictions even won an award when I was 14. Yeah, I've got. If the message boards that I used to be on are all still around, I've got stories everywhere because I loved writing as a kid. I wrote all the time in school. Like while even like some people scribbled pictures, my brain just vomited words. Let's see. TJ, what's your favorite front and back Spidey logos? I'd have to have them all in front of me. We're getting into that. We're getting into that. Hang on, I got to reply to Luke. Xbox Partner Preview. Wuthering Waves. That's a free-to-play game. Who cares if that's on Game Pass? Wuthering Waves is free to play. I played that with the girl I was dating. That is free to play, right? I didn't pay anything for Wuthering Waves on the PC. Anyway, Expanse, Osiris, Grave Season, Serious Sam, Strangers in Heaven, Super Meat Boy, Forever Ago, Ascend to Zero, Dispatch, Alien Death Storm, Frog Squad, Bluey's Happy Snaps. My son will love that. Stalker 2, Musa. Musa called Jar Jar Binks. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Dirty Fate. Dirty Fate was my stripper name. The Eternal Life of Goldman, Vaunted, Hades 2, and Artificial Detective. I don't know what any of that is. Lola Bunny means we're one step closer to Daffy Duck, so I'm very excited. Notifications. What are my notifications? Okay, all good now. Okay. I don't know why YouTube won't let you curse. I have no idea why. That's so weird. Okay. So how's everybody doing? We're caught up now. We're pretty much caught up. I'd choose my own spider symbol. I feel the same way. I have a spider symbol that I showed. Is it in the Discord still? It should be. I think that's where I posted it. But I have a spider symbol that I shared with Miguel, and that's the spider symbol. Like if I was working on a Spider-Man project, he would get the spider symbol that I posted. That's what he would have. He would get that immediately. Let's see. Oh, they're holy crap. They're tearing down a mall out here. End of an era. Willow Bend is going to be completely tore down. That doesn't mean anything if you're not in America or North Texas. Okay, so let's catch up on news while we're here. Let's see if I missed anything. Let's follow up on news. Give me a minute. I take a little bit of time for work, and then all of a sudden my notifications go crazy. All right, so YOLO Park for $29.99. YOLO Park has put up Season 1 Dinobot and Season 1 Optimus Primal. Each one is $29.99, and they look better than any Hasbro or Masterpiece ever produced by Hasbro or Takara. I don't mean anything against Hasbro and Takara. I just mean, I'm sorry, but for some of these designs, the kibble ruins the silhouette. These are the show models. Like Dinobot and Optimus Primal look amazing, and they are $29.99. They are about the price of a deluxe, and they're bigger with way more articulation and detail. Oh my god, that Optimus Primal. The nostalgia for Beast Wars in me, because again, Beast Wars, 1996. I was 7 years old. I'm gonna have to get these. I'm going to have to get these. I know YOLO Park's official website, you have to pay shipping. I wonder if they're going to be on Amazon. My wrist feels like it's opening up. That's what she said. Yeah, because I mean, this is a quick collection if they put these out quickly. Optimus Primal, Dinobot, Cheetor, Tigatron, Rhinox, Air Razor, Rat Trap. Just seven. And that's before, I want Silverbolt too, and I'm not going to get into Transmetals. If they make them, I'll get them, but I just mean I'm not even going to worry about Transmetals right now. But yeah, like that's a really fast collection if they make these quickly. And then of course, same amount of Predacons. I just talked myself into these, and I'm okay with that. There's a picture of them standing together on TFW. Hold on, I'll do my display capture to show it. I just want to make sure all the porn is closed. I'm kidding. God's sake. Okay, display capture. Look at that. This is on, I'm a big fan of TFW 2005. Again, I've had an account there since 2005. Not the same account, I don't think. I lost access to like my original one, or I don't remember. It's been a while since I've logged in. But I love TFW 2005. Um, look at that. Look at that. That's an Optimus Primal and Dinobot from season 1. And that it looks like they walked out of the cartoon. And you don't got to worry about transforming. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about that. And 2 are available. They're shipping in April. That's beautiful. Let's see. Oh, TJ Spider logo. I got no complaints about it. Mine's bigger. The one I designed is bigger, but you know, to each their own. To each their own. Anyway, that looks really good. That was really good. I mean, that's Optimus Primal and Dinobot. Great articulation, loaded with accessories, alternate faces. I mean, look at all of it. Look at what Dinobot comes with. Laser eyes, angry faces, his iconic weapons. And then, look at that. Look at that. You know how hard it is to get the Masterpiece or Hasbro to do that? Come on. Look at that. And again, you get one Dinobot and you're good. Like, Dinobot can cover a Season 1 and Season 2 shelf. Again, you know, he dies. And then you gotta get the Transmetal 2. But, oh my god, the Transmetal 2 Dinobot. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Finish the Season 1 cast first, though. YOLO Park, please. Oh, and then again, look at this. Look at Optimus Primal, man. Loaded. He's loaded with all of his everything. Like, look at it. Both of his swords, his arm cannons are built in. He's got his jetpack right there. 2 alternate faces, alternate hands. You can't ask for more. TJ says size doesn't matter. Whoever told you that is lying. I'm sorry. It does. It does. I mean, look at that. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl for these. I wonder if they're on Amazon, though. I don't want to pay shipping. Which, again, I know. I'm sorry. I'm a bastard. Look at the superhero pose. Look at that. $29.99 United States dollars. And then shipping's expensive because of our awful administration and all the stupid tariffs. But like, look at that. And then there's comments and stuff. I'm not gonna scroll through the comments. I know TFW has a lot of fucking crazy, stupid ass right wingers. Literally, you start a topic and everything turns political. Like you try to talk about anything and it turns political. It has for a few years, at least the last time I tried to interact on there. Which again, when your politics are dumb, it's not even worth the conversation. So that's the Yellow Park website. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the display capture for that. I'm gonna check my email for any news notifications. I don't. So far, it's been a pretty quiet day, to be honest with you. Oh, the leads are officially cast for the X-Files reboot. Hamish Patel is the male lead in the X-Files revival. There are still rumors that Mulder and Scully will appear in this new series, but nothing has been confirmed. We'll see. I gotta be honest with you. It's not X-Files without Mulder and Scully, so I'm just not invested emotionally. Let's see. What else we got? TJ says he's modest. Sorry, I'm trying to read and get a grip on what's going on before I jump over. Image has told comic shops and that they're seeing a massive spike in orders. Image is seeing a growing wealth of orders for all titles across Image, and especially for Skybound's Energon universe. Um, Retailers are ordering more issues of 21 than they did of 20, showing growth instead of stagnation. G.I. Joe, man. I mean, like, if you don't read comics or follow them, then that won't mean anything to you. But like, G.I. Joe is selling more than Marvel could sell of Star Wars. And I know we can analyze it and say, hey, you know, what's going on? Why is it doing this? But there's nothing special. And I don't mean this offensively. Like, there's no gimmick to G.I. Joe 21. There's no blind bag special. It is just a normal issue. And the orders for that are higher than G.I. Joe 20 and place it higher comparatively to Star Wars books even of the last year when Star Wars books were, you know, when there was an ongoing. I'm sorry, but that's wild to me. Transformers, of course, doesn't shock anybody when Transformers is growing. I know people can say what they want to about Transformers 30. I liked it. I've liked every issue of Transformers, but Transformers is selling wildly, and issues 31, and again, I'm not going to be surprised if we hear this 31 and 32 are having bigger orders than 30. It's a new story arc and a standalone flashback issue for Megatron. So again, just stuff to keep in mind. Okay, so again, Skybound and Image Comics are doing unbelievably well. What else we got in the news? Anybody have questions or comments? We're at 30 minutes. We might be wrapping up soon. Pokemon Pokopia is selling out. Star Fox is going to be in Super Mario Galaxy movie, expanding the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. The Switch 2 continues to beat all sales expectations, even with Nintendo lowering the sales for the predicted quarter from 6 million to 4 million. That is still unbelievable. That legitimately is unbelievable, given the tariffs, the economy, the state of the world, the war, everything going on that this stupid ass administration has done. And you see how the Switch 2 is doing. Full hardware charts show that Switch 2 is in first place, completely outselling the competition. Just over the last week, Switch 2 sold 81,000 units in Japan alone, and the closest thing to that is the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, which only sold 8,000. And yeah, I want to make that very clear. Switch 2, 81,000. 81,000. PlayStation 5, 8,000. The Switch 2 is not in a slump. 6 million to 4 million. Those sales projections are still unbelievable for how early of the year it is. And the Switch 2 hasn't even been out a full year. The Switch 2 has not been out a full year. We need a new Transformer game. Put it on Switch 2. Give Nintendo an exclusive. I mean, like, Ultimate Alliance was hugely successful. Give Nintendo an exclusive Transformer game and watch it be freaking crazy successful. Let's see. It is actually surprisingly a quiet news day. It's just a pretty quiet Thursday. I'm going to be live tomorrow. I will be live again tomorrow. It will be early. I think I'm going to be live on Saturday too. I think so. Because I have the date on Friday, but obviously, you know, my horror era my horror era is behind me. But so like I'm gonna be home on Saturday, so I will probably go live, and Friday I'll be live. It'll be early, probably around this time. unless something happens in terms of work. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty chill news day. Like this is really just a chill Q&A if anybody has anything. Uh, Anything at all? Let's open up. Let's open up Superman and Spider-Man. Let's give it a few minutes while we're live. Let's give it some time. Aura. No, that's aura. I have an amazing aura. New York City. Open with auto. I hate how Peter is dressed here. Why can't Peter have his personality? Auto with Brainiac. I love that. I love that Brainiac art too. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, let's get to where... Hold on. Let's get to where I left off. There we go. Right there. Just good looking, man. Just good looking. Yep. I love how they just kind of, and again, I don't know if like that's carrying over because I just, pick up and read it. I haven't gotten, I read that. I read the first story so far. So the next story is Lois Lane and Mary Jane, and I don't know if it's explained because this is literally the first page of it. But oh, TJ asked who's bankrolling Scorpion in the movie. Oh, Tombstone. Tombstone is. That's easy. But like they don't try to be like, oh yeah, there's an alternate, there's all this universe stuff. No, it's just we're just jumping in. Also, now that I'm actually taking the time to look and read the next story, look at how his web shooters work. Look at that. Look how it just comes out of his suit. Isn't that nice? Don't gotta explain it. Anyway. Oh, that's nice. Wonder if that's on purpose. I wonder if that it deliberately is supposed to mean anything. The number on the bus is 626, which is experiment 626 for Stitch. That's probably a coincidence. TJ says, do you think it's more likely we get Otto before Norman in the movies? No, I think Norman is coming very soon. The world's... Oh, that's a great one. Spider-Man and Superman are fighting a Sentinel. That's awesome. Again, this is... I haven't made it to this story. The World's Finest. Written by Tom King. Yeah. Pencils by Jim Lee. Ugh. Portals are the worst. Always filled with such random shit. Don't get me started. Spent half my life with other me's. And literally all of them are like, face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot. I get it. I said something cool when I was 19. Is that really my entire identity across the multiverse? Okay, but let me ask you this. You ever died? What, like this month? Sure, a couple of times, but not really any big serious ones. Okay, I love Tom King. I fucking... That's good. You cannot tell me that that's bad. That is good. This might be my favorite. I mean, like, unless the other story surprises me, this might be my favorite one in this comic. This is really good. Peter and MJ are a couple. Then I take it. That's what I'm feeling like. This is so good. Um, Fighting a Sentinel. This is good. Okay, so then Spidey's like, Mary Jane, I was so worried. If anything ever happened to you, I couldn't go on. And then Lois says, not to spoil a moment, but there's a whole giant killer robot beating on my Superman that you might want to go on to, Spider-Man. He's not usually... He's got a thing with bridges. There was an old college girlfriend. He can't ever quite, Oh, I know, believe me. Okay, Tom is really nailing this. This is good. I didn't think Spider-Man was a mutant. He's not. Huh. Neither is Superman. Why is the Sentinel going after them? In my experience, Spidey has a way of getting everyone else's trouble. So there's likely someone else here the Sentinel is chasing. Peter goes, ouch. I do have the power to drive a lot of goblins over the edge. And I can misspell most words, but I don't think that's enough. So I guess we should probably find the missing whoever and fix all this. But the boys are having so much fun with all the punching and the fastball specialing. True, shame to ruin it, but still, I do have that deadline. And I got to shoot. All right, let's figure it out. Poor boys. This is good. Excuse me, sir. We can't help but notice everyone else has run away from the killer robots. Except us. Except us. And you. And you. It is not a killer robot. It is a Sentinel 248. Invulnerable. Indestructible. Only way to damage it is to hit it with kinetic energy in dozens of areas of weakness almost simultaneously. If I could... Damn it. In one of these cars, there must be... They were in my hand, and the bridge cracked, and they went into the water. I can't say that because I'm not Cajun. Can't say that because I'm Cajun. And you're looking for some cards? There's a guard at Stryker's Island who plays me high card for detainee access. Got a pack in my bag. You never know. You want those? And me chérie. It's Gambit, obviously. Oh, look at that splash. Look at that splash. I love that MJ's in the back leaning. Do you see that? MJ in the back leaning, putting on sunglasses. Just, I love the character of it. This is good. Any Easter eggs hiding in these panels? There is. I knew it. Cebulski Parkway. I'm never good at saying names. See, Cebulski's like the... Is he the editor-in-chief at Marvel now? I don't keep up. I don't keep up at all. He's... Anyway, it doesn't matter. I knew there was going to be an Easter egg somewhere on this. Bang. You dead. It's an odd life, thrilling. I'm always hanging from something, fighting something, but it can be lonely. No one understands why I don't just run away from it all. Why, when you've fallen for a stubborn man in blue and red tights, you can't run? No, not when he needs you, and he always needs you. Almost as always as you need him. It's good that somewhere out there there's someone going through it too. It's a unique kind of love. It's nice to share it. It was an honor saving the day with you, Lois Lane. The honor is mine, Mary Jane. Now, okay, then Superman's chilling on a busted taxi, and he goes, Gambit? He was pretty nice, and nicely pretty. And then MJ says, and nicely pretty, and then Peter goes, pretty? So did you fellas have a good time? It's not fun, Lois. It's our duty. Yeah, Mr. Superman is right. We're responsible for who we, love. And isn't that the jackpot, Tiger? Well, thank you both for setting the world right once again. Yes, my dears, whatever would we do without you? That's all, Liamese. And then that was really good, Tom. That was honestly really good. That was honestly really good. That was really good. Okay, then we got Peter and Superboy Prime. Is that Superboy Prime armor? What is going on here? Anyway, here's some beefcake for you guys. Ah! There you go. There's that beefcake. There it is. No questions or comments? That's fine. I'm going to read some more. There's mumbling. What's up? Peter's kind of surprised. Superboy Prime and the Amazing Spider-Man. My costume? You broke into my place to talk to a costume? Who does that? Who are you? How do you even know? I'm a fan. I read about you. Read? Where? Secret Wars. Where you got that living symbiote costume. Guess I'm a couple issues late. This looks like it's around ASM 263. By then you ditched the symbiote after it went rogue, so now I need you to tap in. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so Superboy Prime is in the Marvel Universe after the events of, well, again, he says it himself, 263. I have that issue, actually. So this is really cool. That it's basically Superboy Prime dropping in. Tap into what? To the real world where I'm from. A pocket universe created just for me. Check. Now, did your pocket come with a tinfoil hat, or was that extra? Keep it a tech special. What the hell is this supposed to be? Your whole world is a comic book inside a long box in my attic. I'm not real. Facts. Yet I'm still getting billed for HBO. Been reading your stories for years. Raised by your auntie and uncle. Dead in gig, worker for the Bugle. When my powers developed, I modeled myself after my hero, Superman. Yeah, well, when I was 8, I wanted to be a fireman, but later realized fire is scary. I actually just wanted a ride on the truck, so maybe ask yourself, are you really trying to help people, or you just want to cosplay in your little outfit? Let's find out. I'm good at circle time, TJ says. Come on, Greg, try and be a good host. I usually save my questions for after the story. All right, so then Superboy Prime says, I have the ability to punch through multiverse realities. I've ticked off a lot of entities along the way, too many to count. One of them, a species collector, built a cage for me. And then Peter goes, which, let me guess, you're about to drag me into very heroic. Whoa! And then he grabs Peter and punches reality, as he is wont to do. I've been stuck in this cage for over a year now. Think I finally found a way to get home. The trap is an astral plane within a... Nope. A visualization pulled from my own mind. Zero-G breathable... Zero-G breathable. Stop that! And that's Peter saying stop that. And then back to Superboy Prime, he goes, my world exists inside one of millions of turning pages. Each page represents its own reality. I'm fast enough to get in before the page turns, but I need surgical precision to pinpoint when to jump. Instinct. Spider sense. Without your spider sense, we could be stuck here forever. Look, Junior, I'm as easygoing as the next dead end gig worker, but I'm assuming this is all a midnight papaya-induced nightmare. Bro, wait, don't attach yourself to the page corner. Oh, great, that's a timely warning. You don't have my ability to transcend space-time. If you fall into one of those realities, you'll be lost forever. I'm really taking a burn to this kid. Whomp. Never a good start. You should not have come. They even did. Oh, that's great. Sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit on the Easter eggs in these 2 pages. Those are those are actual comic book panels. That's actual comic books pages. And then they even did. I don't know if Marvel and DC even still do this to this day, but they would be there. A character would say something, and there would be an asterisk. So like right now, Peter goes, "Your mouthwash has failed. Sorry, thought we were stating the obvious. Hey, haven't we met? You're the High Evolutionary." And then there's an asterisk, and it goes, "Yes, ASM Annual 18. Marie is the one who wrote that." And then Superboy Prime goes, "It's some version of him." That's just great. That brings out the nerd in me. That's just awesome. I love seeing those asterisks, little notes like, "Hey, go read this." Okay. The High Evolutionary is the architect of this mousetrap. This is Superboy Prime. All right, Evo, I get it. I crashed your latest citadel of science, freed your experiments. To make amends, I've brought you a new subject. Oh, High Evolutionary. What kind of voice does he get? The process of perfection is arduous and never-ending. Go and trespass no more. However, wait for it, the human arachnid stays. Every fucking time. Okay, I get it now. You wanted to bring the symbiote here for Evo's collection, but now you're selling me out instead. I've been trapped a year, Peter. Maybe you're right. I'm not a hero. Maybe I just want to ride the truck. Then it's back to Peter. He does some flipping. Okay, sorry, your high luteness. I can't co-sign Sparky's deal. Despite what that kid thinks, I actually do exist. Apparently. I hope. Much as I might enjoy a genetic upgrade, or say a second head, I'm only human. For now. Having said that, excuse me while I flee in terror. Sorry, I'm looking at the art again. There's little comic books in the background that are like, I have these comics. Which is always a great thing. Anyway, Superboy Prime goes this way. Find the web line you hitched to that turning page, would you? You didn't take Evo's escape offer? But you thought about it. Bro, I've been a villain. I've never been a simp. That's pretty good. Okay, kid, wait. I get it. You're a little confused. Weaving lanes on the good guy, bad guy Autobahn. I've been there, but my Uncle Ben taught me. I know. With great power. Oh, yeah, that too. I was gonna say, stop feeding your veggies to the dog. Okay, and then Superboy Prime goes, one web strand, Pete, in a million pages. I'll escape the evolutionary some other way. Oh, but no, Clapton. That was bad on me. Clapton. Oh, but no, Captain Claricel. Neither of us is going anywhere. Now with Evo still out there evolving people. We can't just run away. You say you read about me. Maybe that's how you knew that truck driver wouldn't be crushed 4 pages ago. But this... No cliff notes for this moment. We miss our chance. We could both be stuck here. Spidey, let me go. Let's just take the L and... Listen, hey, kid. So long as people, even people you think don't exist, are in danger, we can't just feed our veggies to the dog. I get it, Prime. I hear you. Fire is scary. Then Prime goes, yeah, it is. I'm Clark. Stay out of my closet, Clark. Let's just hit him. If we take out Evo's sentient armor, we might have half a shot at this. If not, Superboy Prime, he'll evolve us into moose head mimes. And then Spidey replies with, perfect for a dead-end gig worker. Let's hit Midnight Papaya after. The most evolved pays. Oh, and that's it. That's just the end. Finn. I mean, I assume they make it out. That's the end of that story. Next one, Superboy and Spider-Man 2099, Beyond the Cobwebs of Tomorrow. Little flying car in the background. Story and art is by Sean Murphy. I love Sean. Any Easter eggs? Let's see. I see LexCorp in the background. Alchemex in the background. Fantastic Four. I see the Fantastic Four on a building in the background. Bop. Can you? Probably not. I don't give a shit. Let's see. Okay, so these look like... Okay, someone's talking about Spider-Man 2099. Whoever he is, he just wrecked 3 LexCorp buildings in 20 minutes. Hard to lock onto his movements. He's flying kind of weird. He's not flying. He's swinging. Maybe with a grappling hook? What's a grappling hook? Before your time. If he's got a beef with Lex, then maybe he's on our side. He's putting innocent people at risk. But he saved the employees from an explosion. Wait a minute, who are these 2 people talking? An explosion he caused. What are they hanging from? Cables? Help! They're hanging from webs. According to the computer, it's some kind of webbing. I think it's safe to say this guy's not from around here. Stay cloaked until we know more. It looks like his next target is Alchemax. These 2 people talking. Oh. Okay. I thought it was going to be Batman Beyond. It's Superboy. Anyway. Okay, so now we got Spider-Man 2099 saying, so this is Gotham City. Place gives me the creeps. Oh well. At least it didn't run into any of the locals. Holy shock. Why would he say that? Just say, holy shit. Spoke too soon. Something just knocked him over. Whatever hit him was too fast to be picked up on radar. It must be. And then the other voice says, this is, okay, so Spider-Man 2099 and Superboy are being watched by Terry and Batman, right? That's what's happening here, right? Anyway, so black speech bubble says Superman, and then the white speech bubble says can't be. He's too much of a shrimp to be the real deal. Kind of like you. Watch it, old man. Okay, come on now. Anyway, so now Superboy is looking and going, who are you and what do you want with Alchemax and LexCorp? Sorry, buddy, but I don't have time for this. Oh, gross. What is this all over me? And then Superboy laser eyes. Shock is the shit of 2099. It's been well established, Greg. Yeah, but it's dumb. Just say shit. It's just like saying fuck. Just say fuck if you want to say fuck. Okay, anyway. Okay, Superboy lasers the webs away. Okay, let's try this again. My whole future is at stake. So if you're going to stand in my way, then that entitles you to a Nueva York ass-kicking. He keeps... Oh, okay, now we're back to the speech bubbles of what I assume to be. This one's Bruce. He keeps talking about time in the future. And then Terry goes, so? And then Bruce, so I think he's a time traveler. And then Terry goes, Shui? That's gotta be, right? That's gotta be. Anyway. And then Bruce goes, same with Superboy. That would explain why he's the wrong age. And then Superboy says to Spider-Man, if you're going after Alchemax and LexCorp, then we might be on the same team. And then 2099 goes, how do I know this isn't a trick? How do I know you don't work for Doom? And Superboy goes, who's Doom? And then, 2099 just ran into an invisible Batmobile. And he goes, ouch. There it is. Oh, nice. Extra detailing, red lines and stuff. Anyway, cockpit opens up. No, I like Shui. Shui's funny. And Shui was really popular to say in America in the 90s. I used to say that. And okay, Terry pops out of the Batmobile. I think our cover is blown. And then 2099 goes, great. Another one. Wait! And then they clash. And then Terry goes, I just want to talk. And then 99 goes, sorry, I can't talk to you. The way your teeth show through your mask is freaking me out. Okay, that's good. Come on. Bravo, Sean. That was good. That's so good. That's good. 299 goes, hey. He's grabbed by Superboy. And Superboy goes, so you're the Batman of this time period. Bruce goes to Terry's ear, don't say anything. There's still a lot we don't know. And then Superboy goes, Bruce, is that you? You're talking through a radio on the bat suit? Fuck. I forgot he can hear me. He doesn't say fuck, but I felt it was more appropriate. And then Terry goes, from what we can gather, you're both time travelers who have come to the same nexus point. But why? You talk first, web guy. Why me? I might not know this version of Superman, but I know he's usually one of the good guys. And then 2099 goes, I'm from the year 2099, from a world run by a tyrant named Doom. The only way to stop him was to use his time platform to come to 2039 to stop a corporate merger that would develop technology that eventually empowers him. Terry interrupts. Terry goes, LexCorp and Alchemax. And then Superboy goes, uncanny how similar our stories are. And then Terry goes, what do you mean? Superboy goes, I came from the 30th century, from a place ruled by Lex Luthor. Using cybernetics created by this new mega corporation, Lex was able to extend his life by merging with Virildox, creating the biggest threat the Legion of Superheroes has ever seen. Then Terry goes, two evil companies. 299 goes, two evil futures. Superboy goes, but Lex disappeared into the source wall. He hasn't been seen for years. My spidey senses are sensing a team up. And then Terry goes, road trip. And then Bruce goes, not so fast. I think two of you are going to need helmets. Terry goes, why? And Superboy goes, because the source wall is in outer space. End. It's over. That was really good. All of these have been really fucking good. What have we got? Especially if Miguel interacts with Shocker. I still don't like Shock and Glitch. I'm sorry. Okay. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. ABC. Always be capturing photographs of Spider-Man. For me, your boss, J. Jonah Jameson, editor-in-chief of this newspaper, which is called the Daily Bugle, you useless, embarrassing doinks. God, I hate you all so much. Why can't you all be like my large, heroic son, who is an astronaut, but also a werewolf on the moon, which is where it is always a full moon, and thus being an astronaut and werewolf is particularly hard. Not that my sweet, delicate... Not that the sweet, delicate daisies like your generation to understand anything happening at work or rocketry. Oh, the letters are getting smaller. Lycanthropy, you make me sick, just sick. Most people are not going to read that. You're welcome for reading all of that. Because I know most people won't. Let's see. J. Jonah Jameson is using a Stark computer. We got some guys chilling on the sofa. Written by Matt Fraction. Oh! There we go. Anyway. What's this? Why, it's day one at a brand new job in a brand new town for everyone's favorite comic book character, who, having decamped from Metropolis, USA, now finds himself in a big pickle in the Big Apple, where, under the employ of a brand new boss, arguably quite similar archetypically to his old boss, but not legally actionable at a brand new newspaper, New York's own Daily Bugle, Jimmy just learned he must bring me pictures of Spider-Man or you're fired, leading to this titanic tale of Jimmy Olsen and Peter Parker and their intermingling IPs that we just had to call Jimmy Con Carnage. Again, I imagine Jimmy wrote that article, and that's what he sounds like. Let's see, we got Jimmy in the background. Wait up! Can I tag along? I don't know my way around this city yet. Heck, I don't even know what Spider-Man looks like. Which he says without a hyphen. And then, is this supposed to be Peter? It is. Okay, this is Peter. I had to look ahead real quick because I'm like, what's going on? It's Spider-Man, new guy. Say it without the hyphen and everyone will think you're a tourist. And believe me, you don't want that. Manhattan's a perfect grid. Just don't go down any dark alleyways. And if you see Spider-Man, keep shooting. And I'm going to assume this is MJ with him. He's the gooey, webby, reddish, spidery guy. I can't miss him. And then Peter says, you're going to do great, new guy. I can feel it. And then Jimmy goes, I wish I had your confidence, Peter Piper. Anyway, it looks like it's Peter, MJ, and Felicia, but they technically don't name them, but that's who I'm going for. That's who I'm going to take this is. And so the marvel of Metropolis moseys amok in Manhattan on photographic safari for its mysterious Spider-Man. How could it be a perfect grid? I just passed Waverly Place and Waverly Place. Hang on, gooey webby, red bits, spidery guy. I gotcha, Spider-Man. That is a leg that has been eaten. That is a lot of detail. There's the bone still there. It's a leftover foot bleeding with bone, and Jimmy's response to that is gooey webby red bits. It's the spidery guy. Anyway, now look at the birdie and say chee. Oh God, help me! And it's Carnage. What God is it here to whom you pray, Jimmy Olsen? What sheltering hand of which benevolent force of wisdom and power exactly do you petition now with prayer? For what kind of divine entity could allow a naif like yourself to stumble unawares into the unsettling and eternally murderous maw of the bestial, bloody, psychotic monstrosity that is Carnage, and still hear you? For if that God answers prayers, then surely more often than not that answer shall always be no. Yes. Now, want to know why you're gonna die? Because you walked down a blind alley in Manhattan, and I didn't hear a hyphen. You This is fucking great! Oh! That's great! I didn't even catch it! Oh, God. Anyway, this is Carnage talking, obviously. Because you walked down a blind alley in Manhattan and I didn't hear a hyphen, you tourist. Jimmy has gotten the shit beat out of him. Oh, God. And then Jimmy Olsen's one of a kind, Superman Signal Watch. You just violently disemboweled the one guy. You don't violently disembowel, dummy. I'm Superman's pal firmware updating. Oh, fuck. He goes, oh, fuck, and then it cuts, but it's oh, fuck. And then it click. There's a lens with blood on it. Oh, that's it. What the fuck? Okay. It just cuts to a newspaper. Daily Bugle. I told you so. Bugle Pub Jameson. Spider-Man both threat and menace. Peter Mourns fallen photo Tangelo main tourist. J. Bart Jimmy Olsen. Daily Bugle publisher and staunch Spider-Man critic J. Jonah Jameson welcomed evidence of the alleged friendly neighborhood wall crawler as a wild murder-crazed monster of a photograph taken by a regional hire of his death in a dead end. So Jimmy's dead. And again, it's not the newspaper's angled, so I can't read all of it because it's not all here. Years probably I've insisted that this so-called Spider-Man, who I call Spider-Menace, was not at all a superhero that all the other rubes and morons in Manhattan media insisted he was. Many times, big men, grown men, would come up to me with tears in their eyes, crying and saying, please, sir, Mr. Jameson, if I could use the full power of and then it cuts out again. This is totally like Trump dialogue. This is amazing. To use the full powers of the press, Spider-Man is a baby-hating hellhound something. Again, it's blocked out. Directed the might of my editorial. Don't know what he says there. This view without, there would always be room for, don't know what he says, people on this befanged blood. Anyway, that's it. And then we cut to JJ talking to Peter. It's called journalism, Parker. Good old-fashioned truth to power journalism. This is the proudest day of my life. Even more than when my big heroic son first set paws on the moon. That was really kinda his whole deal, him and those NASA eggheads. But this is what I was put on Earth to do, Parker. And now that we've proven without a doubt that Spider-Man is the worst of the worst, I'll spend the rest of my career letting everyone know definitively, irrevocably, and for the rest of all time, that a special little guy named Jimmy Olsen is the absolute best. Jimmy Olsen is the best in the world. That was fucking amazing. What have we got? Okay. Somewhere in Kansas, Jonathan Kent, Ben Parker, The Bridge, written by Jeff Lemire. Artist is the art is by Rafa Sandoval. We got a speech bubble, but it doesn't say who's saying it. We're not so different, you know. Really, the way I see it, we couldn't be more different. I mean, we come from different worlds. Sure, but at the end of the day, I see a lot of myself in you. You all right there, fella? Been better. I was just driving through, heading back to the city. Forecasters called for sunny skies. That's Kansas weather for you. You don't like it, just wait an hour and it'll change. Bridge is washed out. Oh, wait, no. Is that supposed to be a Peter? Hold on, I'm not sure. Oh, no, this is supposed to be John? I am not sure. Again, art is subjective. I don't know which one this is supposed to be. And when they're in plain clothes. It could be either. Anyway. Peter or Ben or John says the bridge is washed out, and then the truck guy says, jump in the truck. My farm's just a mile back. You can wait it out there. Wait a minute, is the truck driver going to be? Anyway, think about it. You were raised on a farm. Me, I grew up in the city. And couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, there's a tornado. Like in Man of Steel. Jeff Lemire is also the writer of Absolute Flash. Oh, right on. I love Jeff Lemire. While you were learning to drive tractors, I was figuring out the subway lines. Sure, but I've always believed it's not where you were raised that matters most. It's who you were raised by. And then, wait, did you hear that? Okay, so this has to be Jonathan. That's a reference to super hearing. Anyway, and then we got a speech bubble of who I assume is Ben. Oh, wait, Ben Parker. I was thinking Ben Riley, this was going to be a clone story. It's not, is it? And the way I see it, we were both raised by here. Right? Ben Parker. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm still on the first page. I can't hear anything over this wind down there. I swear I heard. So this is Jonathan Kent with super hearing. Got it. There. We better hurry. Heroes, I can't argue with that. I never really knew my real dad, but the man who raised me, he was one of the most selfless guys you'd ever meet. Funny, I didn't know my father either, but my pa, well, he always put everyone else ahead of himself too, no matter what. Wait a second. Jonathan Kent. I was thinking kids. This is Uncle Ben. My brain, again, this is what it's like to read with me for the first time. I get ahead of myself. This is Jonathan Kent. And Ben Parker. Okay, so that is the frame of reference. Anyway. Okay, they're helping people who are trapped in the water. Don't be scared. You just hold my hand and follow my steps. I can't do it, the kid says. We'll go together then, okay? Okay. Guess you're right. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think of something amazing my uncle said or did. I know. All these years later, and Pa is still showing me the way. You know, my uncle told me he was once in Kansas. This was when he was younger, before I was ever born. No kidding. What was he doing there? Just passing through on one of his road trips. I guess. He said it was really nice. Good people. That sure sounds like Smallville. So how about you? Are you sticking around? Nah, you know me. I'm always on the move. Like I said, we're from different worlds. Spider-Man says, and then Superman goes, not all that different. That is good! So they tricked me with the hearing, because I was like, oh, okay. So the truck driver is Jonathan Kent, and then the guy helping the kid is Ben Parker. I totally see it now. Now that my imagination has not gotten the best of me. Anyway, next story. Bias. Written by Greg Rucka. And artist is Nicola Scott. Fuck yeah. I love Nicola Scott. She's amazing. Okay. So it looks like we're starting. I'm going to assume that's Clark Kent. Hold on. Camera 2. Mistaking neutrality for objectivity. Camera 3. And you accuse me of bias? Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be... Oh, okay, it is. Okay, so that will kind of... J. Jonah Jameson is on Jack Ryder's show. The Crosshairs. In the Crosshairs with Jack Ryder. Nice. Nice. Anyway. And then there's a woman, but I don't know who the woman is. I don't know. Is that supposed to be Lois? Anyway. Now that I know what voices to give them. So this is a woman talking. You bet your ass I do. You drive the Bugle's agenda regardless of the facts. And you don't at the planet? You're the biggest... Okay, it is Lois. Anyway, and you don't do that at the planet. You're the biggest cheer section. And then Jack goes, whoa! And close on Jack. Please, here we go. Not to pour gasoline on this fire, but Lois has a point here, Jonah. The Daily Bugle's coverage of Spider-Man has been predominantly negative since he first came to the scene, despite demonstrated heroism. That sure sounds like bias to me. I see. All right. Let me ask a question, Jack, if I can. What purpose does the press serve? Are we to solely present facts and nothing else? And then Spider-Man's watching from the rafters. I am eating this up with a spoon. And then Lois says, again, we're confusing objectivity with neutrality. And then Jack goes, now wait a second, Lois. You'll have your chance. I want to hear what Jonah's got to say. The press speaks truth to power. The press exists to hold those with power, be it political or economic, or just as importantly, personal power, to account. Would you agree? Lois says, yes, I agree. And then Jonah goes, and the way we do this is by reporting facts. What happened? Who was involved? How and why events occurred? And then Lois goes, we look for responsibility, yes. The why matters. That's the accountability part. And that's my issue with Spider-Man right there. Lois goes, I'm sorry? He has no accountability. None at all. So while people are wowed and bamboozled by his antics, while they're blinded by the sizzle and not the steak, it falls to us, to me alone if need be, to do it. Lois goes, it's the mask. It's that he wears a mask. That's it, isn't it? Jonah goes, you bet your ass. People think I have a problem with superheroes. I do not. I am forever grateful to those heroes, near and far, whose names we know. The Fantastic Four, renowned the world over for who they are as much as what they do. Just one example of the many men and women who use their extraordinary abilities on behalf of all of us, who have risen to defend and protect all of humanity when conventional means have failed. People who stand for truth and justice, and don't hide their names or their faces. And we get a quick cut of the Fantastic Four, Wonder Woman, Captain America, and Superman. Heroes that I agree, I think JJ would be totally chill with. I really do. I agree with that. I think those four heroes are absolutely JJ would be cool with. Like Spider-Man. Something, I hasten to add, that your Superman fella in Metropolis does not. And then Lois goes, right. Has it occurred to you that there's a reason some of these heroes keep their identities secret? And then Jameson goes, I know all the arguments, protecting their families, protecting their friends, family, all of it, blah, blah, blah. But if they really have nothing to hide, it shouldn't be an issue. Fact is, as long as they hide themselves, their motives will always be suspect. Take that nutjob vigilante you've got in Gotham, for instance. Wouldn't trust him for an instant. So we're judging people on how they look and not what they do. And then we cut. Lois is walking away with Clark. And Jack looks at Jonah and says, I'm afraid that's all the time we have tonight. This has been In the Crosshairs with Jack Ryder. Lois says to Clark, should I break it to him? And then Clark goes, not on your life. Spidey, watching from the rafters, he gets the final line. And he looks at Clark and Lois and goes, maybe it's the glasses. Oh, there's another story. Okay, hold on. Punisher. Oh, okay. I tell you what. So we're going to go for what kind of, I tell you what. Punisher War Journal, Friday, October 16. It's a club so exclusive it doesn't have a sign, doesn't even have a name. Some crook put a 5-star chef in a dump in Suicide Slum. Took me a month to BS my way into getting a job here as muscle for the front door. See, most of the clientele deserve punishing, and tonight's the night they're getting sent into the corner. Happy last meal, fellas. And then Punisher, that's all been his war journal. And now Punisher finally speaks. Got a reservation, lady? The girl goes, yes, it's a blind date, believe it or not. The weather. Listen, do I look all right? Karen Starr's Daily Journal. I hate this. Dating? Me? Dating? For Rao's sake. Tara says I have to get out or my assets will start rusting. I fought Darkseid. How am I nervous? I'm a mess, you know. And then, you? You look fine, miss. And then War Journal. Lord have mercy. And then Bubble thought for her. Kind of cute for a grizzled grumpus. Thank you. What's your name? Frank. I guess I forgot. You don't have an umbrella during a storm, Frank? Take mine. I insist. No, don't make me get pushy, Frank. And now he's standing with a pink heart umbrella. That's really good. Okay. Right. Oh, Gail Simone. Nice. Power Girl and the Punisher end blind date. Tons of criminals. Gail. Okay, I have high expectations. This is the last story in the comic. Gail Simone, I have no complaints about her. And okay, so Power Girl goes, do I know some of these fancy swells? And then we have a speech bubble. Excuse me, this is awkward, but are you my... What the fuck, Paul? Paul? Are you fucking shitting me? Gail? What the fuck? What the fuck? Paul! God damn it. So Frank's gonna kill him, right? I think I'm gonna continue reading now. Are you my date? I'm Paul. Paul Rabin? Rabin? I've never had to say it out loud. Clock it, ponytail, 12 o'clock. Well, this does not bode. Power Girl is not impressed. Paul pulls out the seat for her. Don't worry, no one likes me at first. I don't know why. I swear I'm a nice guy. Are you fucking shitting me? Okay, Power Girl, blah, blah, blah. I've lost my train of thought. Power Girl goes, where's that waiter with the wine list? And then Frank goes, a blind date with Ponytail Boy? In a room full of mercs and killers, got to get the innocent out before they become collateral damage. Keep them, out of the line of fire. Okay, now Paul's talking. I just had a tough breakup. First time on a dating app. Quantum reality building is the rideshare of the future. Gosh, you're pretty. I fucking hate Paul. I can't believe you're making me do this, Gail. I would not have read this comic on a live stream if I had to do Paul's fucking voice. Karen goes, yeah, you don't say. Thanks loads. All things considered, this is Power Girl's thought bubble. All things considered, I think I'd rather fight Darkseid. Help. Punisher War Journal. Okay, gonna have to move up the timeline. Fire in the hole. Listen up, scum. I don't know, I kind of feel like that's more of a, I'll tell you what, scum. You turn yourselves over to the cops, you live. There's no second choice. Paul's looking around. Oh my God, Karen, where did you go? You take your, okay, Punisher grabs Paul. I tell you what, you take your date and you get out. But all I did was a face space search. I didn't do anything. I'm not a criminal. Power Girl swoops in. Hey, Frank. I'm Power Girl. No man handling my date, all right? That's my job. Maybe. I mean, the pony is egregious, granted, but not murder-worthy, understand? No, I ain't trying to murder him. They are. And then we got a Killer Moth, Phantom Ghost, I think that's Phantom Ghost? I'm not sure. Chameleon, Taskmaster, Catman? Is that Catman back there? Fucking Gale put Catman in this group. That's Catman. Are you fucking serious? I'll take it, but wasn't expecting it. That's fucking Catman. And then I don't know who she is. I feel bad. Okay, let's get to the speech bubbles. Frank goes, they are. And then Chameleon goes, wait, y'all, what kind of accent should Chameleon have? Anyway, y'all picked a bad not to go clubbing, folks. Intel says Intel says that's Vandal Savage, and we're here for the bounty. And then Catman says, I swear I thought he was a lost. Oh God, I'm losing my train of thought again. Catman says, I swear I thought he was a lot bigger. They have mistaken Paul for Vandal Savage. Are you fucking shitting me, Gale? Punisher goes, lady, he ain't lying. Place is about to be a bloodbath. I'm trying to get you two out. Well, 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 says Power Girl. And here I thought this was going to be a dull night. And no guns, Dorman. And then they start fighting, and then Paul is screaming, I'm not Vandal Savage. I don't even know who that is. And then Power Girl goes, I've heard of you, Frank. You're the Punisher, right? I'm flattered, kid. You want your umbrella back? Keep it. You'll catch your death. They beat the shit out of everybody. It goes too soon. The club's a mess. Frank and Power Girl are setting down. Hey, where'd your date go? He said something about maybe going back to his ex. Turns out he prefers redheads. Go figure. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? My luck with dating can't be helped. You should try this. It's delicious. I don't drink fruity drinks. You don't know what you're missing. Anyway, that makes you my date now, you know. We're from different worlds, kid. Truer than you know. Hey, what makes you such a prickly pear anyway? I lost my family. I lost my whole damn planet. You don't see me putting skulls on my chest. What? Nothing. Just, that'd be a real crime. You know when you grit, it looks like it pains you pretty good. Again, that's a good line. So, do we shake hands and say goodnight? Or do we continue our little crossover somewhere more private? Your call, big guy. Where did you have in mind? I know this great place in Mongolia. Punisher War Journal. I won't lie. She makes a good pitch. The end. All of these were amazing. I didn't spoil myself, so I did not know who the writers were, and I didn't know Paul was going to be in this. All these team-ups were really good, and I love that Paul is a little bitch. I didn't know if Gale was going to try to, like, is this a mandate for fuck's sake? Like, do we have to have Paul? But no, she still made Paul out to be a little bitch. That was really good. Speaking of date nights, I have a date night tomorrow. Have I told you? I have. I'm making it an ongoing joke now. I'm very excited. I'm trying to put it back in. That's what she said. Okay. What? An hour and a half? An hour and a half live stream? Okay, we're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. Oh, shit. Did I really? I just got invited to a private screening of Masters of the Universe. I'm seeing what day it's on. Okay. This is a Transformers channel, so the review's not going to be here, but you guys are going to get an early review for Masters of the Universe. I think early. I don't even know when the movie comes out. But I've got 2 passes. I'm going to take my son. I'm just accepting it right now. Sorry. Yeah, right on. Cool. I'm going to see Master of the Universe. For free. Thank you. You know who you are if you're watching. My job knows I do this. They have to know. And for the few friends and the few of you who have seen and know what I do for work and where I work, you understand. But otherwise, that's That's not for public consumption. I'm a stripper. Anyway, that was really good. I'm very excited for Spider-Man, Superman, but I knew I was going to like it, but I just wasn't expecting the character team-ups. The John Kent and Ben Parker one got me. That was good. And the Power Girl one, that was good. All of them were good for different ways. The Jimmy Olsen and Carnage one was also funny. All of it was good. I have no complaints. Like maybe I'm easy to please, or I'm just genuinely like very go with the flow. But like when it's good and fun, like there's nothing to complain about. I got nothing to complain about. I have nothing to complain about in Void Rivals, except for I wish it would slow down, but that might be my own biases, which I freely admit to. And then Superman, Spider-Man, every single story in that anthology was just a 10 out of 10. Absolute 10 out of 10. Yeah, okay. Any questions or comments before we wrap up? Because we're wrapping up now. It's 2:30. I got a little bit more work I need to do before the work day is over, so I got to go back to that. There is a bird. There's a bird outside my window that I just heard. I don't know if you heard it. I think even my dog heard it. You can't see her because she's tiny and in the floor. And again, I'm not like, what was the name of that streamer that electrocuted his dog to make his dog stay in one spot for the live stream so that he could have a dog camera? I don't do that because I like animals and I don't believe in that culture of manipulating audiences. So my dog roams around, so there's no dog camera. There's no reason to be. My dog roams. I mean, maybe if I brought her pillow in here, she might stay and lay, but otherwise she's going to roam. I don't remember. I really don't, but like I know that there's somebody who abuses their animals, just like John De La Rose abuses his wife. But I know there's somebody, there's some streamer who like abuses animals and electrocutes them and stuff like that. And so like, yeah. Anyway, so I got a little dog that's usually in the room with me, but Ahsoka is her name. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but she'll flitter about. So, questions, comments. This is it. Last call. We're at an hour and a half. We'll go to an hour and 30. We'll make it even. So we've got 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes before I do my wrap-up spiel. Again, and child. I'm sorry. John De La Rose abused his wife and child. They had to get the police involved in everything. Like, he is a terrible, terrible person and does not represent comics or nerd community in any way. Just a terrible, terrible person. It is not even worth being called a man because men don't do that. So you're not a man at all. You're just a cunt. Anyway. Okay, last minute before I start my wrap up. Again, like, share, clip this and share it. Clip different segments and share it with the authors. I don't care. The YouTube algorithm must be fed. Will you be the Paul? No. Not, dude, I showed you her. There is no Paul in Date Night tomorrow. This woman is unbelievably, like, not only super interesting, but also unbelievably beautiful. So, like, no. There is no Pauls whatsoever. And I'm more of a Peter Parker, I've been told, which I'll take. Anytime somebody says, dude, you're so much like, I'm just like, thank you. I'm going to take that because I grew up loving Peter Parker. So yes, call me Peter Parker all the time. Absolutely. You can do that all the time. It's the best way to get in my pants. Anyway. Okay. 1 hour 30. We hit it. So like it, subscribe, comment, tickle me. Comment that you want to tickle me. We have videos up 9 a.m. every day for the foreseeable future because I got a lot I want to talk about with Transformers. So we've got scheduled Transformers videos going up every day. Feed the algorithm. If you decide you're going to watch that video, please like that video and comment on it when you watch it, because otherwise YouTube is like, the people who watch it don't like it. So I do appreciate it. I really do. It's crazy. I've had this Transformer channel for a while. For a little bit, for a hot minute, and I have not actively posted just because there hasn't been a lot to talk about. But then I realized, oh hey, people like the comics, and I'm reading those every month, and I have a lot I'd like to talk about. So I am thankful for anybody, because we, even with the lack of posting, the subscribers on this channel have still been going up, and this has still been getting regular views. So thank you so much. That's awesome. That's really cool. I really do appreciate it. Our view duration, our click-through rate, all of those are going up. So like, that's really, really awesome. And like I said, all I ask is that if you watch it, like it and comment. Thank you so much. But otherwise, that's it for live streaming for today. We have Monday through Friday videos up at 9 a.m. Tomorrow there will be a live stream. It will be probably around 1, because I got to get ready for my date. I think I'm going to live stream on Saturday. I don't know about Sunday. And then regular schedule on Monday. But yeah, that wraps us up. That's it. That's everything. Miguel says, wait, before you go. Who's the Paul in your Discord? There isn't really a Paul in the Discord. I don't really see like a Paul in the Discord. And I say all of that to say this. I got to remind you, I know the memes and the jokes around Paul, and I know Paul a little bit because of like Venom, and because I picked up Mary Jane's Venom because I was curious, so I wanted to kind of catch up. But like, I don't know enough about Paul's character to like really build like a joke or a meme out of him. Like for me, I gotta go in the Wayback Machine for me to make my memes. I'm 37. When I was reading comics, there was no Paul. So no, TJ isn't Paul. TJ is honestly, TJ's Flash Thompson. If I'm Spider-Man, he's Flash Thompson because he's like my biggest fan. I mean, like TJ's absolutely like TJ is Flash Thompson because he's my biggest fan. Okay, now that's it. So we are done. Thank you so much. Thank you to our recent subscribers. I'm gonna go on and note this because like I think again I really do thank you. Rolo, Darius, I don't know how to say that. Thank you, Darius. Thank you, Rolo, and thank you, Squidimus Prime, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. 3 subscribers it just within the last few days. That's awesome. That's really cool because I love being able to talk about Transformers and that there are people that are interested in it. Okay, we're done now. I got some work to do, and before I get on for Fortnite this evening, and I got to do dinner. I think I'm making fish again. I'm in like a fish mood. I have all this salmon that I caught, so I want to use it. Anyway,